let's review this game. So the game started with Italian opening, knight f6, knight c3, bishop c5, and d3. So white has built a very solid structure at the center. Castle, bishop g5, pinning the knight, h6, kicking the bishop, that's quite good. So bishop h4, d6. Well, I feel like this pin is something we need to solve. So bishop e7 is what I recommend to unpin the knight. Otherwise, after d6, we need to be aware. What about knight d5? How can we deal with this move? If we play g5, and what about white taking the pawn? So if you take the knight, that's a problem. If you take, once the pawn is taken, there's no piece, no other piece to protect the knight. If queen to g, white can still take that, right? The bishop is protecting the knight. So the best move turned out to be knight to d5. But if knight to f3, you have to know you can move the knight to e7, otherwise you will lose the center knight. And if white, for example, play quick h5, you have to know how to deal with that. If you take the knight, take, and later the d5 will be captured. In our, for example, if you move king to here, this is so dangerous. Also king g6. You cannot push the f pawn basically. The bishop to e6, checkmate is coming. So knight e5. If queen to h5, queen to f6 is the best move, protecting the pawn. And if the knight, for example, moved to, I don't know, h7, and you can move the queen to g7. Black's still safe. But you have to know that, how to deal with that. So my suggestion is, instead of making the game so complicated, just move the bishop to e7. It's no problem. d6, h3, bishop e6, bishop to b3, knight to d4. Take, take, knight to d5. Take, take. Yeah, I think black can play g5. And later bishop to g, we can take the bishop and we can attack the king. The king cannot castle anymore. So in this case, I feel like knight e2 is better than knight e5. And we can attack this pawn. The bishop is passive, and also we can play f4. We have pawn majority at the king side. c6. d5 is good. I think I like d5. If you take, I can check the king first, right? And white cannot castle. King f1 maybe. And you can play g5, bishop here, knight d5. You have very good control of the center with the queen. b5, bishop check. Yeah, this is, this move also forced the king moved away from e1, but the difference is the e pawn is still there. So this is quite closed, this open file. And if you play d5, white can, just play e5 or f3. a4, b4. I would play a6 to be honest, because the move b4 blocked the bishop. The bishop is blocked by its pawn. White is castling in an interesting way, but be aware of d5. So actually f4, g3, king g2 is better than king h2, I guess. We can play d4, and there's a discovery attack. We can destroy the center. A lot of pawn exchange. Queen d7. Oh, the rook is hanging. We definitely should move the rook. We lose the rook, and that's a disaster. And I think black's winning after winning the rook. Yeah, it's really hard to fight if you lost the rook. Yeah, bishop c2, want to attack, want to check. Oh, queen g6 is quite good. Queen g6 is quite good. So black should play king g7. Yeah, be aware of this purpose. Can white get a chance to get a draw at least? But it's really hard. f4. c4. Queen g7. And the rook is protecting g7. Queen to rook g8, rook g6. I'm happy to see white is so active, even though with one fewer rook. So actually, black should defend the h file, queen h4. But this move, g3, yeah, how can we stop queen h5? Oh, queen h5 is coming. And white is winning. White is winning. That's impressive. Oh, that's a beautiful checkmate. Yeah. So yeah, first of all, if black can be aware of the g6, it doesn't have to be like this. And even though after losing the g6, yeah, actually, I think black is in panic. The f7 pawn is pretty safe. We can play actually bit of g7 to defend the h6 pawn at least, and later we can offer exchange. And this is solid. After losing this pawn, and yeah, this rook is coming. This, yeah, checking the king doesn't have much. We should defend first. Bishop g7 first. Bishop e5. Yeah, black wants to do something. I can tell. c4, rook g3. f6 is good. Queen e4 is quite interesting because white wants to insert the rook to g6. Okay, rook g6 is coming. So actually, if we play queen to f4, this is the best. Queen to h5 can move king here. And the problem is this rook is pinned. The rook cannot move. The king cannot move. So the rook will be pinned there forever. Then d4, d3. Once this does come in, white cannot do anything much. But rook g6, I think we didn't calculate what is the move after that. So we move the check. But after g3, it's problematic. Yeah, I mean, checking looks good, but we have to calculate the counterplay, for example, g3. And also, the most importantly, what is the move after rook g6? That is queen to h file. Yeah, interesting game.